Hello, everyone. It's Shalia. Welcome. Whether you are new here or you've been following me for a while, I appreciate your support and I thank you so much for stopping by. As promised, I am going to walk you through the entire Aladdin realm. I personally think this has been the best realm so far, but it could just be because I'm a little biased towards Aladdin. In fact, I believe I've told you this before. I actually named one of my cats Aladdin, and then I had an older cat whose name was Jasmine. Now, she was much older, and we only had both of them together for about 6 months, but they were both named after the real Aladdin and Jasmine. All right, enough about me. Let's get right into this realm. First things first, I totally recommend emptying your backpack in the valley before playing this realm. There are so many materials to collect and you will definitely run out of room if you carry more stuff than you need. I recommend only carrying energy food, and I wouldn't fill up more than 3 slots in your backpack with that. So when we enter the realm, we can see Jasmine right away, but the path to her is obviously blocked. Now we're going to need to find a way around the realm, which basically feels like a maze with many obstacles to get to her. We also see a huge sandstorm that we will have to calm before we can free carpet and then ultimately bring Jasmine and Aladdin back to the valley. If we head over to the left once entering through that archway when you first get to the realm, we need to follow the path up the plank ramp. When you get to the bridge, you're going to use your royal axe to knock it down and create a ramp. You will see rocks in front of you. The rocks are actually sandstones, but at this point we don't know how to remove these and we actually don't know what they are. Just make a note of where you saw these as we will need the resources from them later. Go ahead now and walk up the plank to the right of those rocks and then interact with the next plank to make a bridge to the landing. And check out how neat this place is. It is absolutely beautiful. I love this realm. And then again, make sure you take note of the rocks again here so you can come back to them later. Now we'll keep walking along the rooftops until we get to the next bridge. We're going to interact with that bridge just like we did earlier, and it will also create a ramp. And at this point, a small tutorial about obstacles will pop up. Just note, the only obstacle you will face in this realm is the sandstorms or the dust devils as they call them. The glowing lights and patrolling guards hazards will come later during Aladdin's friendship quest line once you've already invited them into your valley. And don't worry, the other hazards in the quests will not be difficult to pass through once you're in the valley. If you click next in the pop-up tutorial, it'll give you a short clip showing how to get around the sandstorms or dust devils as they call them. So just note, if you run into one of the dust devils or it runs into you while you are trying to pass one, you will be sent back to the previous safe spot. Now, as intimidated as I was by these dust devils, I actually made it through them without being sent back to a safe place. So since I didn't have this experience, I would assume, according to the little clip they show, if you do run into one, you'd only get sent back to right before that section and then not get sent back the whole way back, like to the beginning. So if you played through this part and did get sent back, let me know in the comments if I am assuming correctly. Now, I do have a couple tips for getting through the dust devils. Instead of trying to run straight through them all at once, take a moment and examine your surroundings, watch them carefully, and then plan your move. I went around one at a time and then took a moment to rest and study the next one before running again. And that has worked for me. So basically, they have a repetitive motion, so once you learn how they move, you should be able to get past them pretty easily. Once you finally get through the first set of dust devils, continue to follow the back alleys to get to Jasmine. The ancient revealed quest info up in the left-hand corner will also tell you what to do next as well. Again, take notes of all the rocks so you remember where they are, and don't forget to pick up the journal pages along the way. When you get to basically a dead end, you're going to want to interact with the door on the right by using your royal axe on it. Once that door is open, walk through and it will take you to the central market and you can now interact with Jasmine. And while you chat with Jasmine, you find out that the huge swirling sandstorm in the middle of the market was caused when they were constructing the marketplace. Jasmine wanted to build a fountain for an additional source of fresh water for the people of Agrabah. And during that construction, however, they exposed a buried vault with a stone structure inside. And as soon as it was exposed to air, the wind started to stir and the structure floated into the air and the winds just kept getting stronger and stronger. At that point, they didn't know what to call it, so they decided to call it the wing collar. Now, through questioning Jasmine, you find out that poor little carpet got trapped in a vortex and that Aladdin probably got trapped somewhere as well. Eventually, our ultimate goal here is to find Aladdin, free carpet, and stop the winds. However, before we can do any of that, we need to follow Jasmine to the Artisans District to find something we can use to upgrade our axe so that we can remove those rocks, which we now know are sandstones around the realm. These are the rocks we were talking about taking note of earlier in this tutorial. We now have to find planks and debris around the realm to get up to the rooftops that lead to the Artisans District. First thing we need to do is find 3 planks. Now, the first plank will be to the left of the platform. The second will need to be dug up with our royal shovel, and it will be by the wing collar. And the third plank can be found if you go up up the plank ramp to the right of the wing collar. Be careful here as you will have to time it just right to get around the dust devil. And once you have all 3 planks, you're just going to go back to the platform where Jasmine is and interact with the sparkles on the ground in front of it. Once the planks are set, head up the planks and interact with the next one to create a ramp to get up to the rooftop. If you go right, once you're up on top of the rooftop, you'll see we need to find another plank to get across that way. If we go left and grab the treasure, we'll get a new item, which is a stack of rugs, and I absolutely love these. Now we're going to go back and interact with the bridge to create a ramp to get down off the roof and into the Artisans District. You can then chat with Jasmine again, and don't worry, you will not lose her as she follows along with you in the realm during her quest. In fact, Aladdin pretty much follows you along as well once you get him, so you don't have to worry about them disappearing on you. Now our goal now is to find Artisan's alloy around the Artisans District. We'll need this to make our pickaxe strong enough to break the sandstones. Now the Artisan's alloy will be found in the wooden chests, and we will need 3 of these to craft the upgrade for our pickaxe. While I was looking for the alloy ingots, I also picked up planks and other items laying around. You will need to grab a plank, and while you're at it, grab both of them so you can get across the gap on the rooftop. This is the one we ignored earlier when we were traveling to the Artisans District. Now the first alloy ingot can be found in the wooden chest to the left of the ramp leading to the rooftops. Then you can just go ahead and place one of the planks, and you can cross the gap and open the next wooden chest to find the second alloy ingot. Grab the plank behind it and interact with the barrel to move it out of the way to get to the area where you need to place 3 planks. I had 2 left in my backpack that I had already found because I've been picking things up as I go. So I just needed to find one more, and I found the 3rd plank behind the wall behind that area where the 3rd chest is. Now don't be fooled by the way I edited this video. It took me about a half hour to find that 3rd plank, and it was hiding totally in plain sight. It's just me. But once you've placed all 3 planks, head down the makeshift ramp and grab the last alloy ingot in the last wooden chest. You can then use your pickaxe to get through that door. Now that you have all the material you need, head back to the Artisans District by going up the makeshift plank ramp, make a left on the rooftop, and follow it back to the last plank ramp on the left and talk to Jasmine. Once you're done talking to Jasmine, go to the crafting station and make the Artisan's alloy pickaxe upgrade. And don't forget to use the upgrade once it's in your backpack. I always forget, and then I wonder why my royal tool isn't doing what it's supposed to do. Is that just me? Is it? Well, once you've upgraded your pickaxe, you can now remove those sandstones. So all you want to do now is go over to the sandstones that are behind Jasmine and break them. When you do break those, you will get sand and gold shards, which is a new material in the game and can be used to make gold ingots. You'll then need to follow Jasmine to the south alley. I broke the sandstones here first and collected the bags and other materials, but you can just talk to Jasmine without breaking them first. Either way, you'll have to do both, but you can do them in any order you want. Now make sure you collect the plank here as well, and once you pass around the dust devil, dig up the plank sticking out of the ground and then go to the other side of the stairs and dig up the 3rd plank. Now you have 3 planks on you, go up the steps and place those 3 planks to get up to the rooftop again. You'll now see Aladdin waiting for you. You'll need to remove the sandstones, and once you do, you'll get a cutscene, and then you can go talk to Aladdin. I love cutscenes in these games. And now Jasmine and Aladdin are reunited, and we need to just give them a little moment to chat. Once they're done talking, you can now talk to Aladdin. You tell him that you came here to invite him and Jasmine to Dreamlight Valley, and he basically tells you that Jasmine will want to make sure the people of Agrabah are safe and have what they need before they will come to the valley. At this point, we can now talk to Jasmine and finish out that quest. She'll mention that we still need to rescue Carpet, the marketplace needs repaired, and we still have to figure out how to disable the wing collar. And on top of all that, we still need to finish the fountain. Now once we finish talking to Jasmine, she will run off to start making preparations, and the Brave the Storm quest with Aladdin will begin. At this point, you will need to go over to the edge of the roof to meet up with Aladdin. Once you find the right edge, this took me longer than it should have, by the way. It's actually to the right of the stairs if you're looking at the staircase from the rooftop. Once you get over to that edge, you can now talk to Aladdin. Now our goal here is to get to the South Market, and we need to get there by rooftop because we need to avoid the sandstorms and the dust devils. So we're gonna have to find 3 items here. We need to find a plank, find rope, and a timber stack. Since I have been collecting items all along the way, I only needed to find a timber stack, which is right here behind the barrel near the edge of the rooftop. Now, if you haven't been collecting items as you go, you will need to go back and find these items first, and you will need 3 of each of these. And once you have all the items, just place them on the roof edge after you interact with the barrel to move it out of the way. Now you can cross the gap between the rooftops and talk to Aladdin. Our next mission now is to find a way back down off the rooftop and down into the South Market. Now, I went around and grabbed whatever I could find on the rooftop while I I was up here. I just wanted to have it because I know I'm going to need it and I don't want to have to go back for it. You can now go back and place the plank down over the next gap. And I found this plank on the wall behind the gap. Once you're across that gap, go right and place another rope, wood pile, and pile of planks at the next gap to build another bridge. Then you're going to go to the next gap and build another bridge there as well. All in all, you should have collected 3 rope, 3 timber stacks, and 3 piles of planks while you were up on that rooftop. If you didn't, you'll need to go back through and find them all to progress. And once you've bridged your way, you can now interact with the next bridge by using your pickaxe to make a ramp down into the South Market. And once you're in that South Market, go talk to Aladdin and he'll ask you to find more rope, timber stacks, and then some bolts of silk. You'll need 3 of each to craft stall repair kits. Aladdin will also give you a rose water potion to help clear away the smell from all the rotten fruit. I don't know if you've noticed the rotten fruit laying around. It's that gross stuff that has green coming out of it to make it look like it smells. We're going to use the rose water potion on your watering can, and now you can water the rotten fruit with your royal watering can. And when you do this, it will give you the something sticky that you need. And this is actually the sticky fouled fruit sugars, and you will need that to complete the secret quest. And if you want to know more about that quest, I've put a card in the corner and a link to the video in the description for you. The nice thing about this quest is that everything you need to find is in the South Market. You do not have to wander all over the realm just to find what you need. The first pile of rotten fruit is right near where you were talking to Aladdin. The second pile is to the right of the staircase, and you'll need to avoid the dust devil to get back there to grab the sticky stuff. And while you're back there, grab the plank and rope as well. You will need to maneuver through the dust devil again to grab the bolt of silk. Then you'll need to maneuver through the double dust devils, as I call them, to the right of the makeshift ramp to find another bolt of silk, fine rope, and the third pile of rotten fruit. Now, you're going to go behind the makeshift ramp on the left side and grab another timber stack. Then after you've got that, you're going to want to head into the dust devils to the left of the ramp and dig up 2 planks with your royal shovel, grab the rope and the bolt of silk, and there is a timber stack back there as well. You definitely want to be careful here since you need to judge the timing to get through the dust devils and grab the items before getting hit by one of them. I think this one was a little more difficult with the dust devils because there was so many things you had to pick up. Once you safely make it out of the dust devils, you should now have enough materials to make the stall kits. Go back to Aladdin and have a quick chat with him, and then head over to the crafting station and craft the 3 stall kits. Once crafted, you can now go around the South Market and repair the 3 broken stalls. Once repaired, head on over and talk to Aladdin again to complete the quest. At this time, he'll give you a necklace, which is actually an amulet that he found, and it has some writing on it that he can't read. He suggests that we go show it to Jasmine, and she can decipher it because she has experience in this area. And now Aladdin's monkey business quest will begin. We're going to head on over to Jasmine and see if she can figure out what the writing on the amulet says. As you talk to her, you find out that it might be a protection amulet and it might protect you from the sandstorms. Not to be mistaken for the dust devils. They will go away eventually, but not now. Jasmine also notices that there are indentations in the amulet for gemstones. And now she's starting to think that if you can find the 3 lost gemstones, it might activate the amulet and protect you from the swirling sandstorms, blocking some of those areas in the realm. The first thing you do need to do is go up the makeshift ramp to the rooftop and head around the corner to the right where the monkeys are. Then you're going to go break the sandstones in front of the swirling sandstorm and grab the golden bananas. Now we're going to go back and talk to the monkey, and I had a little trouble finding the right spot to actually activate the talk interaction here, but just chat with him and answer all the questions, and once you're done, go back and talk to Aladdin about the monkeys hoarding gemstones. At this point, he tells you that you're going to have to find something shiny to trade with them, and fortunately for us, we already found one of the shiny golden bananas. However, we still need to find 2 more. Now, to find the second batch, we need to go back to the central market and then go to the left as if you were just walking into the market from the entrance to the realm. Then we're going to go left towards the fountain and remove the sandstones. We're going to collect the materials and then make entry into the fountain area. You'll go left again and remove the sandstones to find another batch of golden bananas. To find the third batch of bananas, you'll need to go up the stairs right outside of the main door to the fountain, remove the sandstones, and then go left through the archway. On the left side, once through that archway, you'll need to remove the sandstones, and then you'll have found the third batch. Once you have found all 3 batches of golden bananas, head on back to the South Market and talk to the monkeys and trade them for the gemstones. Listen, I totally got lost here, and I wish they had given us a map. Oh my word, a map would have been terrific, right? But once you give the bananas to the monkeys, they will trade you with the gemstones and give you some apples. Just go back and give the gemstones and the amulet to Aladdin, and he will fix the amulet and give it back to you. You can now go into your wardrobe and put on the amulet, and this will will allow you to walk through the big sandstorms and collect more materials that you couldn't get to before. Now, once you enter the first sandstorm and grab the materials, go back and talk to Aladdin in the South Market and let him know you found something. It's a book of sorts and it's called the Ancient Tome, but you can't make out what it says. So once again, Aladdin's going to ask you to go talk to Jasmine to see if she can read it. And Jasmine's breaking through quest will now begin. You're going to follow Aladdin back to the Central Market where you'll find Jasmine. Interact with her and give her the ancient tome you found. Now, she can't quite understand the dialect in the ancient tome and needs a little time to decipher the language. And while she figures this new language out, she's going to ask you and Aladdin to try to repair the alchemy table from the Artisans District, and then you can all meet up later. So go talk to Aladdin and let him know what Jasmine has asked of you. He tells you that the table has seen better days and we're going to need to find a cauldron, a crucible, and a base for the alchemy table. He also hints that we need to keep the protection amulet on because we might find some of the items we need inside the sandstorms. Once you find everything, you'll have to meet Aladdin back in the Artisans District. Now you're going to find the alchemical cauldron at the entrance to the realm. It's to the right of the entrance. You'll need to pass through the sandstorm, so make sure you are still wearing the amulet and then remove the sandstones. The alchemy table base is right beside the cauldron and you just have to remove the sandstones to grab it. Now go back through the sandstorm and go to the left of the entrance and remove the sandstones to find the alchemy table crucible. Now that you have everything you need, meet Aladdin back at the Artisans District. Again, I got lost. It's really not that hard, but I got lost. If you are getting lost as well, here's how you get back. Just go back into the Central Market and go left through the fountain area if you're looking at the Central Market from the entrance. Then turn right and go through the big archway. And now you're in the Artisans District. Just head over towards Aladdin and interact with the square base between the two gold fire pits. Place the 3 items and then talk to Aladdin and he will tell you that you need to find some fuel and coal from around the marketplace so that you can light the braziers. I do not know how to say that word, so forgive me. And then we can get the alchemy table working again. Aladdin also tells you you'll have to find the stalls with the yellow awnings to get the supplies that the alchemists used. To find fuel, you'll need to find the fire pits and interact with them. And hopefully by the time you get the alchemy table working again, Jasmine will have figured out what the ancient tome says. And by the way, the alchemy table is just a glorified cooker, okay? Just so you know. So now our mission is to find 2 black fuel bottles from a stall in the Central Market, which we already know it's a yellow stall. And we need to get 2 charcoal from any fire pit in the realm. So go ahead up the steps on the left as you face the entrance to the Central Market and interact with the fire pit. Grab that charcoal. Then head down the steps and up the ramp on the other side and interact with that fire pit. And then grab the charcoal. Now this one is a little more challenging because you do have to avoid the dust devil, but it's not that hard. And now that you have 2 charcoal, we need to head over to the yellow market stall. And you'll know you're at the right stall because everything on it will be black. It's hard to tell it's yellow from some angles though in my game, but the stall is to the left of the steps as you are facing the entrance to the Central Market. Just interact with that stall and you will now have both fuel bottles that you need for this quest. Now we're going to head on back over to the South Market by following the sign to the palace and then turning left at the crafting symbol sign. I do like that they put these little signs here. Once you're back in the Artisans District with Aladdin and Jasmine, go ahead and interact with the alchemy table and place the coal and fuel in the braziers on both sides of the table. You know I'm never going to pronounce that right. Once you've placed them, talk to Aladdin and he'll have you go talk to Jasmine to see if she's figured out the ancient tome yet. And luckily for us, Jasmine does know what we need to do next. We now need to craft a lamp, similar to a genie lamp that we can use to trap the wing collar. Or not necessarily the wing collar, but the actual swirling sands around it. Now we'll need to collect 18 gold shards and a lamp mold, and she hints here that it might be buried in the sand. So while you look for these materials, Jasmine is going to keep studying the ancient tome. Now if you've been collecting materials this whole time, you should already have enough golden shards. If not, just go around and break up the sandstones and then come back to the Artisans District. Now don't get lost like I do. Now to find the lamp mold, just get your royal shovel out and head over to the left of the staircase straight across from Jasmine and dig that one up. Once you have all the materials, head over to the crafting station behind Jasmine and craft the lamp. The recipe will be under functional items. And now that you have the lamp, go back and talk to Jasmine again. And when you do, you find out that she has figured out the ancient tome and it has everything to do with wish magic. And she tells us that the tome explains that every time a genie grants a wish, there's a chance of a magical remnant or echo. And she thinks if we can find remnants of wishes Aladdin made, we can now use them to enchant the golden lamp. And of course, neither of you knows how to make that happen. So we decide to fall back on what Dreamlight magic, because it makes everything better, right? Now we need to go back to Aladdin and ask him about the wishes he made with the genie. And the wish magic quest will now begin. His first wish was to be a prince, and he talks about an oasis not too far from here. His second wish was for Genie to save him when Jafar's slugs threw him into the sea and shackled him. And his third wish was for Genie to be free while they were on a balcony overlooking the city. So, to find the remnant of his first wish, we need to find a desert oasis, which is right at the beginning where you enter from the valley. And once you're back at the entrance of the realm, just pull out your fishing rod and fish all the gold bubbles. The first one on the far right is actually the green ancient key. That is the key you're going to need for that secret quest that comes after the realm. And I put a card for you in the corner for that, and I'll put a link in the description. You'll get some mud as well, and you will need this eventually, but the one you really need right now for this quest is the one in the far back on the left side of the quicksand. Once you catch that one, you will now have the remnant of the first wish. And it's so cute. It even gives the weight as 1/10 of a pound. It's actually pretty funny, honestly. To find Aladdin's second wish, we need to talk to Jasmine in the central market. Since this wish was made while Aladdin was in the water, we now have to repair the fountain by hooking up the pipes. To do this, we just need to craft new pipes at the crafting station in the Artisans District or the South Market. I chose the one in the South Market because honestly, I was still lost. You will need 40 gold shards and 3 quicksand mud. The gold shards, of course, are everywhere where there are sandstones, and the quicksand mud is out in the quicksand as you come in the round. And if you were following along with me the whole time, you should already have everything you need. Now, once you have everything, go ahead and craft that new fountain pipe and then head back over to the fountain. At this point, we're going to interact with the fountain where Jasmine is standing. Once we lay the pipes, we just need to turn each of the pipe corners so that the water flows freely. I'm going to let you watch how I do it. Now, once you have all the pipes in place, go grab the second wish and the blue ancient key that does fly out when you fix this fountain. Then you're just going to go talk to Jasmine. For the third wish, we need to find a place with a view of the palace. Now, this is going to be where we first met up with Aladdin in the realm. We just need to go back to the South Market, then follow the rooftops back to that spot. This is the easiest way to get here from the fountain, at least that I've found. And once you've followed all the bridges you made originally with Aladdin to get off the rooftop, and you've made it back to the spot where you first met, just interact with the black and white sparkles at the edge of the wall facing the palace, and you will find Aladdin's third wish. Now, please don't do what I did. I've already said this at the beginning. Please do not have a full backpack when you come here. I'm telling you, it's a real pain in the rump when you have to keep dropping things to make room. So now that you have all 3 wishes, go back to the alchemy table and assemble them. Now, to get back, you can just follow the rooftop straight across the first bridge, then across the second bridge, and then turn left down the ramp. And then once you're at the bottom of that ramp, make a right and follow it right to the alchemy table. Now, again, the alchemy table is basically just a glorified cooking station. And if you have your recipes set to all, the lamp enchantment should be near the top since it puts all the quest items at the top of the list. So just find that one and you're just going to add the ingredients and then make the enchantment. And once you're done, just bring everything back to Jasmine right there in the central market. Once Jasmine puts everything together, she gives the lamp back to you, and then we get a cutscene showing the wing collar being sucked into the lamp. Again, it's not the wing collar, that's separate, it's just the sandstorm being sucked into the lamp. And then you will see that all the dust devils and any remnants of the dust storm disappear and Carpet is freed. Now we just need to talk to Jasmine again and then interact with the Carpet in the next quest, Carpet Diem. Once we interact with Carpet, he will fly you and Aladdin to the wing collar way above Agrabah. Now your mission is to break all the gemstones around the wing collar, and to do this, you will need to break sandstones and fish and collect planks to get across quicksand and the gaps between the rocks and the wing collar. This area is pretty self-explanatory, so I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, basically because it's rather time consuming. But I will give you a couple things because I do want to mention a couple things so you don't miss them. I don't want you to forget to grab all the materials up here because you will not be able to go back once you've played through this area. Also, to get the last plank, you will need to barter with the monkey. You'll need to find the golden bananas and trade them for the plank. This is also very simple, but I thought it was worth mentioning. Now, once you bridge that last gap and break the last gem, there will be a cutscene and you and Aladdin will be flying back to Agrabah, which I think is such a cool little clip. I love this. Now, you're just going to talk to Aladdin about moving into Dreamlight Valley and then talk to Jasmine. At this point, you will now be tasked with placing their house in the valley. And once you've placed it and paid Scrooge 20,000 star coins to build it, Jasmine will now come to the valley. And once you welcome Jasmine in, you can now go back to the realm. And I don't know why we have to go back to the realm, but whatever. I don't know why we couldn't have gotten all of them at once. But regardless, we have to go back to the realm and get Aladdin and Carpet. While you talk to Aladdin in the realm, he mentions that Abu is staying behind for now, but might join us later. And I gotta tell you, I sure hope we get Abu. I mean, as either a character or a companion. I know we have the Jester Monkey, but he's just not the same as having Abu. I guess only time will tell if we revisit the realm to find him like they did with the Lion King realm, how we had to go back and find Timon and Pumbaa, which I kind of liked. I hope they do that here as well. Now, once you've brought Jasmine, Aladdin, and Carpet back to your valley, you just need to equip the magic carpet and take a picture to complete the Carpet DM quest. And once you do, you will now be able to use the carpet as the companion. How much do you love the carpet? I'm loving the companion, and I'm also loving the carpet we get to glide on, that we get to craft. I absolutely love that as well. Now, I know this was a really long video, and if you stuck around, thank you so much. You are definitely my people. Now remember to always be kind, and until next time, bye!